Josh Elliott. We've known each other a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah, how long? I mean, I think I started representing you when you were like 32.
I don't remember. I think it was 2006, maybe. So yeah,
That's
right in
20
there.
years ago.
Yeah.
You're 48. How old are you?
51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 30. Yeah. So yeah, early 30s.
Yeah.
And we started. You were a young gun. And now, in my opinion, you were great then, but you're a master now.
I don't know about that.
I know you're going to say that,
yeah.
but when I see
Hopefully
this,
there's room to grow. That's what I'm thinking.
you know, I think all the good artists, well, all the great artists, that's the thing, right? They want to grow.
Right.
They're not satisfied.
No, never satisfied.
And they're not afraid to put in a snow painting in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah, because I want to paint the paintings I want to paint, and I was really excited about that.
That's right, right?
And I always figure if I'm excited about it, then I think someone else would be excited about it.
Yeah. So let's just talk a little bit about this painting. I want to talk about two paintings that you have. This one, Under the Big Snowy Mountains. So when I look at this, I feel it's a little different in the sense of how much of the foreground that you use.
Yeah, I thought about how I was going to handle the foreground, and I decided, well, first off, with this big empty space like this, it needed a lot of detail as kind of an anchor. But then this also serves as an anchor to that detail. And I look at all types of art. So then Diebenkorn, I think, came to mind with this, like how he would have details in the corner and then a big color field with some interesting paint quality. And so that was definitely in my mind. But if I have a thing, well, I think I have two things maybe. One thing is variety, and another thing is a strong lead-in, and then this is a lead-in. And I think you get the sense that are big mountains behind this, but I only needed the base of it. And, you know, the focal point is obviously the ranch, and then just thinking about little elements to keep the eye moving around. And so the tracks were there, but then I designed them to where I wanted the eye to go. And hopefully the eye moves around the whole thing and doesn't get stuck anywhere.
And these are like animal tracks that would have been there,
deer,
like deer
most likely, yeah.
Yeah. And so when you decide, okay, I'm going to try this, you have this image of Diebenkorn in space, but is it still pretty fluid when you put it up there and go, okay?
It is, yeah. I have the design in my mind or the concept, and then so I rough it in, and then there's a few tweaks here and there, and my wife Allison helps me. I had some other elements over here, and I think the question I ask her is there anything that's distracting you? And then rather, because I think that's the question to ask rather than, or anything that bothers you. And then so then that's the question to ask is rather than technical things that painters think about.
Right.
She would be the layperson's view, what is typically what you're.
Yeah, that's my view too, really.
Yeah, and so artists would see things, but then someone who's not painting, they notice different things.
And did she see anything?
Yeah, she did. There was more over here. And it threw it off balance. And what I do is you close one eye and cover it up, and then you can see it, and you're like, yeah, that makes total sense. And then and I say thank you, and I'm going to work on it.
Well, she's a creative person too. She's a musician, right?
Yes.
So she comes from that component of beauty, basically.
Yes.
Living in beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and years of coming into the studio and helping me, she's gotten really good at it.
Oh, God. Yeah, she's probably the best when it comes to your art.
Yeah,
because she can see it all.
But then I'm sensitive. Sometimes I don't want to hear too much.
Of course. Well, you care more about her opinion than anybody else in the world.
Right, yeah. Right? And it's helpful because you don't know. That's the first response I have. I don't have. And then after that, it's too late. When it's here, it's too late. And if I come here and see something like, oh, man. So.
And when I see this painting, I see almost like beats of a music too.
Right. Yeah. I think about rhythm and I think about those kind of things, and it is. Yeah. And then working on spacing of where I'm going to think. Sometimes this space was too big, or so then it's little adjustments here and there, and you can't. I need to see it down before I can make the changes. So I try to get an immediate image on there, and then it's refining.
And for me, the thing that worked so well about this painting and what blew me away when I first came over, because I came over, we'll talk about the other painting. Yeah. This is the one I thought I have to look at because it's such a masterpiece. And I wrote you that I loved it.
Yeah.
Charles told me he wrote you independently that he loved it.
That encouragement is so valuable. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
But when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is so valued by when you look at it in a photograph, because
Yeah.
you can't see the blues, all the
No.
change. I mean,
A
just
very subtle gradation in
Yeah.
temperature and value, and
Yeah.
it's just a slight value shift. But and the texture you can't see in a photograph
Exactly.
too. And I felt I needed a little more texture, and I've been experimenting a little bit
Yeah.
more with texture, and
Yeah.
it needed that for this big,
Yeah.
open space.
And that's it. That is exactly what it is. It's the texture.
Yeah.
That was what, until you said it right now, I couldn't put my thumb on it. But
Right.
it is this different gradations in color, but it is this kind of, the texture builds as you go
Right.
into the painting.
And then in this world where there's a lot of art available to see on the internet or just digital images, there's nothing that compares to seeing them in person. And
No.
and you want people to be rewarded if they see it in person and
Right.
to see that it's much better to enjoy art in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for people who are listening to this, A, watch it on YouTube, and B, come to Prix West while it's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. See
But,
work in person.
yeah, it does help. I
Yes.
mean, I would have never gotten this painting like I get it,
Right. Yeah.
until coming here.
I feel like about that with the whole show. You come and see it in person.
Yeah,
and
there's
you're just
some
like,
that are just like, man, oh man.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about beauty from the ashes, because Charles and I both independently, we write you and say, my God, it's just it's a magnificent painting.
Well, thank you. This came about. I have a friend in Helena, and she is one of the few people that still has a house in Glacier National Park. And she said,
Oh,
anytime
yeah.
you want to stay there,
Wow.
you can. So then I did, and it was great. I think I had 3 days there. Maybe I did, I don't know, 25 paintings. But I just, real quick, I don't finish anything outside anymore. It's just, I used to go out and just photograph
Right.
and move on and
Right.
get as much reference as I can for later. But now I
Right.
think spend no more than an hour in one spot, paint it really quickly. I know the notes I need to
Right.
come back to the studio. So as I was painting this, I knew I was on something special. And there are some changes I made. I wanted all these elements were in the landscape,
Right.
but I kind of compressed it so that you could see everything all at once. And I think that, sometimes veering from the truth makes it more truthful.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, and that's what I was aiming for a specific thing with this, and I did that. And then I know other things that excited me about this was the little bits of color that when you stand back you don't see. But again, it's the idea of rewarding the viewer. Like
Right.
if you're across the room, I want them to come up and be rewarded for getting a closer look.
It's completely different, by the way.
It is,
This
yeah.
painting is completely and utterly different from the distance.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I didn't really even understand that until I came here.
Right.
And I'm looking for distance. Oh, I want to see that painting. That's
Yeah.
the painting.
Yeah.
And I come up and go, oh my God, it's so different. It feels different.
Yeah, you want it to read from across the room, but you also want to come up and have little bits of discovery that you see and things that are
That's right.
exciting. And I enjoy paint quality. I want a painting to look painted, and so
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
and to me this looks painted. But yeah.
Well, I have an advantage because my bedroom is filled with your paintings.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it is.
Yeah,
And
I
I look
know.
at them
Yeah, you've been
every
good
day,
to me.
right?
Yes.
So, and I'm still learning things on those paintings. I will still see things after 15 years. I go, God, I didn't know. I haven't looked at it long
Right.
enough.
Yeah,
So,
we have work in our house that I do that too. I get
Yeah.
up close and I'm just like,
yeah. And I
Love
think
that.
this is that painting that would never get old, right? Or you could never fill your need of what it is, because there's so many little elements that are in it. And when you're painting this, we all know it's a very successful painting. But when you're painting it, did you know it was that successful?
I was really excited about the idea. It's funny, as you're going through working on a painting, there's blocking it in is very exciting for me, and finishing
Right.
is very exciting.
Right.
The middle part is constant problem solving.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's some frustration involved, but then when you turn that corner and you're like, oh, okay,
Right.
I think it's really close. There's nothing like that feeling. And I was happy with how this one came out, which isn't always the case.
Yes.
But
You knew.
yeah.
You knew it was there.
yeah, well, and it's I'm not always really excited about the idea. I know it's a good idea, but the ones that I'm excited about, those are the ones that, it's just actually a total blast to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're probably kind of rare when they're that total
Right.
blast, right?
Yeah, and even the struggle's a blast. I don't
Yeah.
know. it's probably like that for athletes, you know, where you're suffering and then you're like, I
It
did
is that
that.
way.
You know?
It
Yeah,
is for sure.
Yeah.
Or writers, I can assure you.
Yeah,
And
right.
it's the same way I do a book. I mean,
Yeah.
the first part is, I love it. I know the ending usually. It's that struggle of,
Right.
and you don't know. You said it the best. You somewhere you reach that thing and
Yeah.
you go, I've made the corner. I can see the
Yeah.
ending, and then it becomes joyful.
Right.
It's like, oh, I want to now. I'm gonna get
And when
through
you
it.
find the solution, you're like, oh
Right.
man,
Yeah,
that was-
right.
and you don't know how it came to you.
It's magic.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
Yeah, no.
And it's thinking about it, and it's usually, or sometimes it's when you're not thinking about it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I'll be going to sleep at night. And I'm like, that's it. I figured it out. You know, I have to write a note. I'll forget.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just so get it. I found the title of this book that I've been struggling on, and it was in the pool while I'm exercising. I came home to my wife and said, I was exercising in the pool, and it came to me finally.
Right. Well, that's a time when you can think, right? There's nothing else. You're
That
just
was,
like,
yeah, I was just ruminating.
And thinking is distracting from the misery of exercise.
Thinking,
Maybe you enjoy it. I don't
thinking is distracting from the misery of exercise. Or you do cross out exercise and put painting.
know. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It could
same
be
thing.
anything.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, you got to be open when those ideas come. You got to grab onto them.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah, and you work to get it, right? I mean, you go to Glacier, you stay
Right.
at this person's house.
Right.
You know, it's not
Yeah.
like, I mean, this was a process of a lot
Yeah.
of work to get to
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah. But fortunately, it's exciting work. I mean, I get to be standing in this spot and painting and just enjoying myself. And,
Yeah.
and that's what outdoor painting's become for me lately too. I'm not painting. There's no intention for them going anywhere, and I'm not even thinking I'll use this as a study later. It's just getting back to the joy of painting and being outside and seeing these beautiful places. And it just like having the most fun I can have.
I think it's muscle memory too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like an athlete exercising, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you're, you
Yeah.
know, working on that thing,
Right.
right? I don't think people understand that for you to make this requires going to the place, being in the moment,
Right.
having that energy to do the thing that you have no expectations for,
Right.
then letting that absorb into your brain,
Right.
sleep and think about, and then start.
Right. Yeah. But it is great. Yeah. Then I bring all those studies home, and then I'm sorting through because I don't even know what I got when I'm out there. I
Right.
mean, it's almost like taking a photo. I mean,
Right.
it's so fast. I'm not. I didn't consider is it good, and I don't want to consider if it's good.
No, why would you?
Well, because then it
Right.
stresses you out, and all of a sudden
Right.
it's performance or it's something else. It's
Right.
not me just responding and reacting and letting
fun.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm enjoying it a lot more now doing that since I landed on that as my method of going outside is, there's no attachment to this. There's, if it totally
Fails
doesn't
or
turn out,
whatever.
it doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me at all. And it's just pure expression.
Yeah. I think that's been there for you always, honestly.
I think it has. I think
Yeah.
it has. It's just, I don't know, you get further into your career, maybe there's expectations.
Right.
I have a great library. I look at that and I'm like, what am
Right.
I doing? I don't belong in this world, And so I think that it's just letting go, and I know that I'm out there and my purpose is just to have fun, experiment, push,
Right. Right.
and focus on what excites me. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what excites anybody else in that moment,
Yeah. I think some of that may come just from maturity, right?
Right.
And going through the whole process.
Right.
Because I can remember seeing you 15 years ago at Canyon de Chelly off to the side of the road.
Yeah.
The sun's going down. And you're just giggling and laughing, but you're going at
Yeah,
it. I mean, you're
right.
having fun.
Yeah, a lot of
And-
fun.
Yeah, and so is there.
I think some of that stuff too is when you're younger, it's blissful ignorance. You don't know what you don't know, and I think it becomes harder that you start to know more, and you're like,
Yeah.
but then you realize what you don't know, and that's kind of frustrating. You're like,
Yeah.
how did I get this far in my career not knowing how to do it?
Yeah.
And then I think you just realize the further you go, the more you know you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating, but then that's why going outside with no expectations is just like
Right.
letting go of all that.
Right.
Like letting go of, I'm not thinking about where this is going or who's going to see it or what it means to my career. It's just absolutely having
Yeah.
fun, you know.
And
That's why I got into landscape, is
Yeah.
because I enjoyed being out there, and I get artists get an opportunity to say something about it,
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
then this was my opportunity to say something about it. So
Yeah, I think that's a good takeaway for any artists that are listening to this.
Right.
Have fun, even though it's job. It's hard. It's
Right.
work. It's
Right.
but getting back to that childlike almost kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
allowing yourself to not worry about am I going to be able to sell this drawing or whatever,
Right.
you know, or is
Yeah.
it am I doing what somebody else wants me, their dealer,
Right.
pushing them when they shouldn't be,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing. I
Right.
think that's an excellent takeaway.
Yeah, and I don't want to consider sales. I think
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's so
no,
smart.
I want to paint the paintings I want to
Yeah,
paint.
that's so smart.
And maybe that's part of the age thing too. Is you're just like looking at like I want to make sure I get to paint the paintings I want to paint.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, as I get older. That
Yeah, and you're producing your best work
Well,
of your
thank
life.
you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I know. I
Yeah,
watch
well,
it.
thank
I
you,
live
thank
with
you.
it.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope it keeps going that way.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, well,
As
I
long as
appreciate
Allison's
it.
there looking and reviewing and saying, yeah, that one spot right there. Just push it up.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Well,
She's very helpful.
It is actually very helpful to have those kind of things.
Yes,
Finding that person you can trust,
right.
not only in life but in something as intimate and important as your artwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
and when you
is.
get it, man, that's magic in a bottle too.
It is, yeah, yeah. I'm very grateful to have that built-in response.
Yeah.
Or living in the same house, and then you can say, "Hey, come take a look."
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Sometimes she's reluctant because I get my feelings hurt every once in a while, but
Of course, it is. It's so personal to
yeah,
you.
right. Yeah,
I mean,
don't know
it's
if you
the-
share your books with Kathleen
It's
or not.
so personal
Yeah.
when somebody goes, "I don't get this," or "I don't like this pass," or whatever, and it's hard to back off. Yeah, and go,
Right.
"Okay, yeah, no, I get it." I mean,
Right.
it's easier actually for an editor for me to do it because, they don't have the person that's not that intimate as my
Right,
wife.
right.
Yeah, but when my wife says something,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, I take it very seriously. It's
Yeah.
like, maybe at first I'm like, oh, you don't understand.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and there's reasons you're like, well, I
Right.
had
Yeah,
that in
exactly.
there because of this and because of that.
Exactly.
And then as long as it's a little thing, it's like, well, yeah, I like
Right.
this area, but the rest you
Yeah.
got to change. Like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
That means start over.
Right. I get it. Well,
But it is good. Yeah, even if you need to start over, that's
Yeah.
good feedback too, because I could
Yeah.
work on if I think I should have started a painting over. And I'm like, well, I'll give it another day, and then I'll go 3 days, and I should have quit 3 days ago and started a new one.
I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking
Well,
the
thank
time.
you, Mark.
You
You've been so
know.
good to me.
Yeah, no, it's a mutual relationship for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm
absolutely.
just so pleased with what you're doing. And,
Yeah, well, thanks,
the
Mark.
artwork that you have here is just tremendous. I hope
Thank you so much.
everybody gets a chance to come to Prix West and see it because they should. But even if they didn't, this will be on the Art Dealer Diaries and
Right.
go to the YouTube component of it. You can see it. You can see the paintings. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a mark in this time in 2025. This is who you are and what you are.
Right.
I'm excited to see what's going to be in 2026, 27, 28, and all the
Well, and
things.
you even saying that a mark in time that this was because of a fire. It opened up this view. It wasn't here before, and that's why
Yeah.
it's beauty from ashes. Is a fire
Yeah.
came by, you drive by these trees that all be blocking this, and so it opened up something new.
Yeah, beauty
So that's
from
a mark
ashes.
in time of the national park to a
Yeah.
glacier.
And when you look at that, then you see, oh my gosh, yeah, this kind of
Yeah, total devastation. But
Yeah,
you can see it coming
right.
back, and this still
yeah.
there.
yeah.
That reminded me too of the one when I went out there and did the painting that Maynard Dixon did
Yes.
of Red Eagle Lake, which
I
just is Red
remember
Eagle
that.
Mountain. It's on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And his painting, there's all the forest, and
Yep.
it was all burned out, same fire.
Yep, same fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but on the other side of this mountain. So
Wow.
yeah.
So yeah, this is what it looks like in 2025.
Yep.
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 And who knows what it'll look like
Right.
100 years from
Yeah.
now. And 100 years from now, hopefully they'll be coming back to this video
Yeah.
and going, oh yeah, there's
And
this
it'll be a
old
forest.
Yeah, there'll be a forest or whatever it'll be, and we'll have a documentation of
Yeah.
Josh Elliott doing it. So, thank you, Josh.
Yeah. Thank
All
you,
right.
Mark.
Yeah, thank you. Very good.